This is Diamond A Fashion School. So today we are doing a freehand jumpsuit palazzo cutting. So how do you measure your jumpsuit? Jumpsuit just like the way you are cutting your trouser is your half length and your trouser length. So the person will sit down on a stool or anything, you measure from the person waist to the stool. That's how we get their flap. So some people own is 7, some people own is 9 or anything, but this one is 9 inches. This is 9. So you measure out your foot from the waist to the length to the down length is actually 60 for this person that owns it. So now our tight, the measurement we need our tight. The biggest part of the body for the jumpsuit is our tight. You measure it. The tight is 26, that is 13 inches. So you do it like that. You measure your 13. Look at the full length. We bring out the waist, the new length, the hip, and the bottom. So the tight, so when you measure, you fold your this thing in 13 inches. 13, the biggest part, because this is the smaller part of the jumpsuit you are cutting. So you measure your 11 for your flap. After you are done with that, your tight, so then you measure it down. It is a free cutting, so the tight will only be tight, while the down, the bottom will be free. So I just remove 2 inches from the bottom. So from that 13 we'll go down straight. So we want to cut now. The hip side, you adjust your hip, the waist, the person waist is 34. You divide it, then the many inches it gives us, you remove it. So you know it's a woman trouser, so there's this hip shape, it's a jumpsuit, there's this hip shape. So use your tight to cut. Your tight you use to cut. Why some people use their hip, use the biggest part of your body to cut. So now we are done with the flap. We are cutting straight down. Is a flap. We are cutting straight down. Is a palazzo cutting. The new cutting, is also going to be free, and the down, because it's a palazzo cutting, it's also going to be free like the down too. This is actually the front. Remember, this is just the front, so you don't add any sewing allowance to it. It's very simple. Measure your tight. After measuring your tight, what it gives us, fold your inches. So this is our biggest part of when you are cutting your back. You place your front on top of it. Exactly, you place your front, then from the upper part you start adding 3 inches. You add 3 inches depending on how free you add 3 inches. So you add your 3 inches from the down and from the up. Sorry the video is like this, I'm very sorry for that. You just place your jumpsuit exactly on your paper, so it's not really difficult like that. Just use your tight to measure out your this thing, and your tight you calculate it. You divide it by 2, not by 4. So after you place your smaller part on your this thing, on your big one, you cut it out. After you place your smaller part, you cut it out. So look at the trouser part of our jumpsuit. Look at it. This is the upper part. Look at the upper part. Okay, there's a dart 3 inches. Dart, you put that. So now let's start. The front, you calculate what's your front. You fold your fabric. The bust is 42 divided by 4, that's 10.5 plus 1 inches that and 2 inches sewing allowance, that's 13. So we are folding our fabric by the 13. Then you measure our back first. Our back is 16, that's 8. You bring that one down. You measure your bust line and your under bust and your waist. So after that, bring your neck and your hammer. It's not really difficult. Your hammer. It's not really difficult. Bring your neck and your hammer out. This is a freehand cutting. We are not using paper, because Using paper is just like wasting of the this thing. But for us to understand what it means by freehand cutting on your fabric direct. So you fold your fabric, you divide it, your bust 42. Our bust, this cloth is 42 divided by 4, that's 10.5 plus 1 dart, and what's it called after that, what's it called, sewing allowance 2 inches. The if you look at the up of my shoulder, I slant it because the upper shoulder is always bigger than the lower shoulder. Okay, so now I want to cut. So we are cutting the neck out now. After cutting the neck out, you see the shoulder is not straight, it's slant. Then after we cut our hammer. After cutting out our hammer, then you cut out your waist. From your waist and your bust will not be the same thing. So you do your calculation. Your waist is 36 or anything, you do like that. Just cut it out like that. So the back, you place it exactly on it, but your back will have 1 inch sewing allowance. So you have 1 inch sewing allowance, or sewing or sewing, anything you call it. So you have your sewing allowance to it. That's 1 inch. So it does that. Allowance is the zip side, and you will split it into 2. You will split the back into 2. Actually, our jumpsuit was not enough. This is the Money Fashion School. Our jumpsuit, like, the clothes was not enough, so I have to add band to it. So I actually added band to it. So I'll be making a video of how I sew this, even though it's not part of our training, but just like a bonus. So look at, I just cut my band. I got my band, I just fold my, you can make your band 2 inches, 3, anyhow you want it. So my band, look at my band, so I'll fold it like this. So my band is just 3 inches. Then I cut my sleeve. Let's go to machine. Thank you for